To begin this video here, fair use, fair dealing, public dominion, all rights mentioned and not mentioned, as well as declared and not declared. This is being visited months later on because there's a specific area that got overlooked to a degree. So this video right here, the melanated women preferring Asian men over the melanated men. There's this one other video that was up here, either as a live or as a video. It was about a Caucasian male going out there to hook up with, shall we say, Israelite ladies and fornicating with them and flexing about it too. And we're talking about two unregenerated individuals, two who are not born again, fornicating, specifically a Caucasian male fornicating with Israelite females. And it came to mind recently the subtlety of the racism involved. The racist undertones, the dissing, the projecting, and all this mess out here. It really is sad. You have individuals out here who are racist against Israelites from other nations. That's why that one video had to be made. But now the reality of it, it's deeper than it once was after receiving more information on the matter. Haiti over there, not only are there groups of males out there that will grape ladies, there are also groups of males over there too that will eat, actually eat human, devour people, like the Epstein type of stuff, what the elites do type of stuff, So unless you know what you're doing, like how you go to foreign countries, you're gonna go into a environment not knowing what you should know. As a result, regardless of your talent and what you do, even if it's finances, music, and juggling the scriptures, if you don't know what you're doing in other countries when you travel, you can get in some hairy situations, including ones you don't want to be in, period. This is how it is out there, especially in different regions. And it's real sad. If the children of Israel are so X, Y, and Z and so forth, in your perspective, you can obviously go back to your own country, plain and simple. The Europeans can go back to Europe. The Haitians can go back to Haiti. The Jamaicans can go back to Jamaica. The, so-called Mexicans can go back to Mexico. So it's like, yeah, that the Hebrew Israelites are so bad in your point of view, that you have to degrade them and say some really messed up stuff about them through secondhand, especially there are women there too. That's not good. It's plain and simple. You don't like a certain environment, you can, leave that environment and go to where it's more fitting for you. Plain and simple. And that's how it is out here with some of them out there, like Ringo from Ringo TV Reactions and so forth, as well as Floridian Rello and so forth. They get out here, they talk bad about the Hebrew Israelites so bad, but they want to claim the faith though, and then turn around and be racist, trying to blame the Hebrew Israelite men and Hebrew Israelite women for their situations, and you, Nick, being part of a former deliverance ministry, and you was around deliverance ministers or workers, so you mean to tell me your prejudice, racism, and all these other demons that you've kept and held on to or picked up, you refuse to get rid of them, to have them cast out of you? And you think you're going to go into the kingdom hating the same people that was used to bring forth Yeshua HaMashiach? Oh yeah, and by the way, Alan, so you're not projecting, you're not doing this and that and so forth. So you say that in that one recent interview, okay? So please tell us, Ellen, when you seen Nick making their videos as such, why was you not holding him accountable? Why? That's right. Why let it go past? I mean, some of you are so spiritual out here. You have you say you had this superb prayer life with the Father. So you mean to tell me you let Nick see all these things about the children of Israel and breaking the commands discreetly, and you having the so-called prayer life, know the thoughts and intents of these videos you made? And of course, some of us heard some of Nick's financial advice, shall we say, because that's what it was. Oh yeah, invest in all these coins, right? Just keep holding, even though they hit, one of the coins hit what, 3 something, and then from there it went down, but just keep holding, right? You're supposed to sell a little bit of your coinage and keep the rest in the bag, right? So we're supposed to keep holding and keep holding and keep holding. And now all of a sudden that one coin that pretty much tripled in price, we were supposed to sit there and keep waiting. And now it's half of its former, or about half of its former peak. You did stop with the joint videos there, Ellen? I'm still asking though. All this time, why did you not hold Nick accountable when he was doing things with the wrong intent? Oh, you got on Chris's live stream? So both you and Nick here have these talents. Why'd you separate from the body like this so easily and so conveniently? What justification did you have to separate from Pastor Rufus, separate from Brother Barack, and just about everyone else, including the ex-Straightway members who were getting out and trying to fellowship, heal, and get through their former estate? Why is it that all of a sudden after a few months, you just ghosted? And the only time we ever hear from you recently is you're on Chris's live stream and you're like, saying stuff, I'm not projecting. What kind of spirit is that? And why would you be saying that in the first place if you was not... What was the thought and intent of that? Needs to be asked. And it's been some time now. So yeah. Where's it approved at in the scriptures to be racist against your brothers and sisters? Especially those who are, the children of Israel. And of course that term, learned of, explicitly points out individuals who are racist, and they want to masquerade themselves as the children of Israel. So yeah. Soul time with Nick. Yeah. That's the thing there. He claims he has all this experience being born again, but he's got a spirit of hate in him. Obviously, hate is the opposite of the fruit of love. And love is one of the fruits of the Spirit. So, it would be gaslighting, projecting, and reverse psychology, and just like, straight up witchcraft to accuse me of being in the wrong here. When obviously, Nick did what he did, and you, Ellen, did not hold him accountable. And for clarification too, there are some islanders, for example, some from Jamaica, that I've had some knowledge of, and potential others over there in Jamaica. They have been influenced by the Hebrew Israelite culture and their ways and customs. So they were able to incorporate it, especially to their worship, their praises, their prayer, their music, even in parts of their lifestyles? Tell me how some of these renowned artists from Jamaica, like Bob Marley, for example, how he pushed for peace so much and love and just get along with people. When you sum up his music and so forth, all of a sudden he lost his life, and some other important individuals or important persons lost their lives or they passed away. And now we're in a generation where you have racists who are darker than brown people, the brown folk. And you have light-skinned people light-skinned people who are racist against brown folk. They're still racist to a degree towards the very dark people and the mulattoes, but they're using you to be racist against the brown folk, especially the children of Israel. Make it make sense here, people? But if we talk about it, oh, you're not being very loving, brother. You just need to forgive. So let's get this right. You left straightway, cults, and you picked up some of their demons. And now giving us some time, now we see the fruits of your labor here on some of these other areas. You were secretly trying to put out there hate, especially against the children of Israel. It has been, almost 2 months here. And of course, that's right, let's not forget here, Nick's brother, who has made it known he was into the New Age stuff. Into that, esoteric doctrines and so forth that comes from the New Age, and it's so off, big time. And he's up there talking nasty when he talks about women. And you expect that to be book. And some of you clapping seals out here, you leave straight gay cult to get into some woman bashing. Sad. Those of you who see this and are still part of Nick's channel, you got pulled into it. You need to repent. Because in the kingdom, there are no racists allowed to inherit glory. The brown, the white, and the black, and the mulattoes who are righteous, born again, to keep the faith unto the end, are going to inherit glory and praise the Father in the kingdom and serve in the kingdom. Be joint heirs with Yeshua HaMashiach. It'd be a shame to just do everything else, check all these other boxes, but leave this one thing undone here. And then your card gets put up there when you stand at the judgment. But Adonai, didn't I do this and I do that today? Depart from me, you worker of iniquity, for I never knew you. So everyone else there was involved with Nick, and if not yet, you need to repent. And Ellen, there's some areas you may need to also repent in as well too.